Hello, everyone, and welcome to English Pod. Happy New Year. My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Marco.
It's December 31st, and we are on New Year's Eve.
That's right. And since it's New Year's Eve, we're talking about New Year's resolutions.
Right. In many places, it's very common to make a promise for the new year, something
Yes.
that you will change.
A promise to yourself.
To yourself.
To change something.
And that's what our dialogue is about today. So why don't we take a look at our vocabulary preview for this lesson?
Vocabulary preview.
Okay, on vocabulary preview today, we only have one word.
Eating habits.
Eating habits.
Eating habits.
So what are eating habits?
The regular way you eat.
Right.
So if you eat healthy or if you eat lots of unhealthy food.
Or even maybe what time you eat, right? If you eat every day a certain time.
Yeah.
Eating habits.
Okay.
So we're ready to listen to our dialogue today. And it's going to be a little bit fast, but don't worry about it.
We'll come back and explain all of the key vocabulary after.
So, did I tell you about my New Year's resolution? I've decided to go on a diet.
And you're going to completely transform your eating habits, right?
Exactly. I'm gonna cut out all the junk I eat. No more chips, no more soda, no more fried food.
Uh-huh. I've heard this one before.
But this time, I'm going to stick to it. I really mean it. Trust me, Carol, I'm gonna be a new man in 1 year's time.
Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Thanks, honey. That was a great meal. I'm stuffed. Do we have any chips left?
So, Marco, do you think this guy will be successful in changing his eating habits?
Well, I guess he'll never change, but this gives us a great opportunity to look at some great vocabulary in this lesson in language takeaway.
Language takeaway.
Our first word on language takeaway is junk.
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 So, junk comes from junk food.
Exactly.
Unhealthy food.
Yep. Fries, chips.
Hamburgers.
Yeah.
All that junk.
All that junk.
Okay, our second word for language takeaway, transform.
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 Meaning,
To change.
yep.
Change.
So this guy is going to transform his eating habits.
He's going to change his eating habits.
Yeah. Our third word is
Stuffed.
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 I'm stuffed.
So we have some great examples on how we can use stuffed, and you'll get the meaning from it.
Example 1.
Come on, have one more piece of cake.
Oh, I can't. I'm stuffed.
Example 2.
Oh, I ate way too much. I'm stuffed.
Okay, I'm stuffed.
The feeling you get if you eat too much food.
Right, I'm full.
Yeah.
All right. So these are some great words that you can use talking about food
And eating habits.
and eating habits. And now we can listen to our dialogue a second time. And this time, like always, it's going to be slow.
So, did I tell you about my New Year's resolution? I've decided to go on a diet.
And you're going to completely transform your eating habits, right?
Exactly. I'm going to cut out all that junk I eat. No more chips, no more soda, no more fried food.
Uh-huh. I've heard this one before.
But this time I'm going to stick to it. I really mean it. Trust me, Carol, I'm going to be a new man in 1 year's time.
Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Thanks, honey. That was a great meal. I'm stuffed. Do we have any chips left?
There's a lot of great language in this dialogue, isn't there?
Yeah, a lot of great language that we can take a look at with our Fluency Builder.
Fluency Builder.
The first phrase we have for you is
Stick to it.
stick to it.
Stick to it.
Yes, we've got some examples of how this phrase is used. So let's listen.
Example 1.
Quitting smoking is so hard.
Stick to it. It's good for you.
Example 2.
I can't solve this math problem.
Stick to it. I'm sure you'll get it.
So stick to it, right?
Basically means keep doing it.
Right. Even though English learning can be hard,
You should stick to it.
stick to it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, let's look at our second phrase for Fluency Builder. I mean it.
Mean it.
Mean it. So this is a great way of saying
I'm serious.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
I mean it.
I'm not joking.
I'm not joking, right?
Yeah. And our final phrase in Fluency Builder,
Cut out.
cut out.
Cut out.
Again, we've got some examples of this phrase as native speakers use it. Let's listen.
Example 1.
You have to cut out the salt from your diet. No more chips, no more french fries, no more popcorn.
Example 2.
It's time for me to focus on my work. I'm going to cut out everything else from my life.
Okay, so cut out means
To remove.
completely remove.
Take it away.
Take it away.
Yeah.
Okay, some great language, some great phrases in our dialogue today. So why don't we listen to it a third time and we'll come back in a little bit.
So, did I tell you about my New Year's resolution? I've decided to go on a diet.
And you're going to completely transform your eating habits, right?
Exactly. I'm gonna cut out all the junk I eat. No more chips, no more soda, no more fried food.
Uh-huh. I've heard this one before.
But this time, I'm going to stick to it. I really mean it. Trust me, Carol, I'm gonna be a new man in 1 year's time.
Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Thanks, honey. That was a great meal. I'm stuffed. Do we have any chips left?
Okay, so New Year's resolutions, a really common and popular thing in North America.
It's tradition to make a promise to yourself on New Year's and stick to it throughout the whole year.
Right. But the funny thing is that very few people actually stick to their New Year's resolution.
That's true.
The most common ones are, I'm gonna quit smoking.
Yeah?
That never happens.
No?
I'm gonna go on a diet.
Like this guy?
I'm gonna quit drinking.
Uh-huh.
That almost never happens either. On New Year's Eve, you start
I mean,
drinking.
it's a bad time. Come on.
And another really common one is, I'm going to join a gym.
That's why gym membership sales are so high in January.
Right, everyone joins a gym in January, but
Come February?
yeah, and very few people in the gym.
Yeah. So, Marco, do you have a New Year's resolution for this year?
Yes, I have a New Year's resolution, and I resolved to continue bringing everyone some great lessons.
Oh, that's so good.
And I think I can stick to that one.
Yes. Well, I do hope that you do stick to that one, Marco.
We will.
Thank you, Marco and Erica. Hi, everyone. I'm Emily, and I want to wish you all a very happy new year. I'm so excited to be here to talk about some key words, expressions, and traditions related to New Year's. This time of year is full of hope, celebration, and of course, lots of new vocabulary for us to explore. Let's dive in. What is New Year's Eve? Let's start with New Year's Eve. This is the evening of December 31st, the very last day of the year. For many people around the world, it's a time to reflect on the past year and look forward to the next one. Celebrations often include fireworks, a colorful display in the night sky to mark the occasion, parties. People gather with friends and family to celebrate. Counting down to midnight, this is a classic tradition. Everyone watches the clock as it gets closer to 12 a.m. and then cheers, "Happy New Year," when the clock strikes. A fun expression related to this is to ring in the new year, which means to celebrate the arrival of the new year. For example, you might hear someone say, "How are you ringing in the new year this year?" New Year's resolutions. Next, let's discuss New Year's resolutions. A resolution is like a personal promise or goal that you set for yourself for the coming year. It's all about self-improvement or starting fresh. Some popular resolutions include exercising more, eating healthier, saving money, learning a new skill or hobby. For example, you could say, "This year I resolved to learn how to cook," or "My resolution is to spend more time with my family." The verb resolve is an important one here. It means to make a firm decision. If someone says, "I resolve to quit smoking," they're saying they've made a strong decision to stop smoking. Eating habits and junk food. Let's move on to some vocabulary about food. During the new year, people often focus on their eating habits. This term refers to the way you eat, what, when, and how much you eat. For example, someone might say, "I want to improve my eating habits by eating more vegetables and fewer sweets." Speaking of sweets, let's talk about junk food. Junk food includes snacks and meals that are tasty but not very healthy, like chips, candy, fast food, and soda. If your resolution is to eat healthier, you might say, "I'm going to cut out junk food." The phrase "cut out" means to completely stop or remove something from your life. For example, "I need to cut out sugar from my diet." She's cutting out all distractions to focus on her studies. Feeling stuffed. Have you ever eaten so much during a holiday dinner that you felt you couldn't eat another bite? That's when we use the word stuffed. It's a casual way to say you're very full. For example, "I'm stuffed. I had 3 slices of pizza." After that big New Year's dinner, I'm completely stuffed. This word is often used humorously and is great for casual conversations about food. Transforming yourself. The new year is often seen as a time for transformation. The verb transform means to change something completely, usually in a positive way. For instance, he wants to transform his life by exercising every day. This year, I'm going to transform my eating habits and focus on healthy living. It's a powerful word that emphasizes significant and meaningful change. Sticking to your goals. One challenge with New Year's resolutions is actually sticking to them. The phrase "stick to it" means to keep doing something, even when it's difficult. For example, learning English can be hard, but stick to it. You'll improve. I promise to go to the gym 3 times a week, and I'm going to stick to it. This phrase is all about persistence and not giving up. Saying "I mean it." When you say "I mean it," you're emphasizing that you're serious. For example, "This year I'm going to save money. I mean it." No more excuses. I mean it. It's a great way to show determination and make it clear that you're not joking. New Year traditions around the world. Now, let's talk about some fun New Year traditions from different cultures. In Spain, people eat 12 grapes at midnight, 1 for each chime of the clock, to bring good luck for the coming year. In Brazil, many people wear white clothing, which symbolizes peace and good fortune. In Japan, families clean their homes thoroughly before the new year, a tradition called usugi, to start the year fresh. In the United States, the famous ball drop in Times Square, New York, is watched by millions. At midnight, the crowd cheers as the giant ball completes its descent. Common New Year's resolutions and their challenges. Now, let's go deeper into the most common resolutions and why they're hard to stick to. Exercising more. Gyms are often packed in January because people want to get fit, but attendance usually drops by February. Why? Because sticking to a routine is tough. Quitting smoking. This is a great resolution for health, but it requires a lot of willpower. Eating healthier. Cutting out junk food and transforming eating habits can be challenging because cravings often sneak back in. Saving money. Many people resolve to budget better or spend less, but unexpected expenses can make this tricky. Learning a new skill. Whether it's a language, cooking, or a musical instrument, learning something new takes time and dedication. Encouragement for the new year? As we wrap up, I want to encourage you to set meaningful goals and stick to them. Remember, it's okay to start small. Focus on 1 or 2 achievable resolutions. Don't be too hard on yourself. Change takes time, so be patient. Celebrate small victories along the way. Even small steps toward your goal are progress. That's it for today, everyone. I hope this lesson helps you understand these New Year-related terms and expressions better. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What are your New Year's resolutions? Leave your comments, and let's encourage each other to stick to them. Thanks for joining me, and once again, Happy New Year! See you next time!